All right, I'm going for a walk, walking my dogs out in the boonies on a, now fall evening. Well, the dogs are walking themselves and I'm trying to catch up. Okay, upward mobility. What does that mean to a lot of you guys out there? I'm sure you heard that term once, or at least not a lot. I can remember when I was a kid and I probably first heard the term upward mobility. My first thought is it had something to do with a bicycle race. I don't know. But anyway, you remember the time, remember when people, have you ever had anybody tell you, if any of you are struggling with jobs, you're out of work, or you can't find anything better, have you ever been on the receiving end of an anecdotal story from someone in your family that said, so-and-so, I had to work my way up from the bottom, but look at me now. I mean, that's pretty much the start and the finish of the story. Everything in between is just details. But it always starts, every story begins with, I had to start as a flunky or grunt worker or the bottom rung. Flunky, is that even a word? Do people even use that word anymore? But does that still exist? I mean, it just seems like there's something is way... I mean, it made sense. I mean, we had a tiered approach to employment in the past. Most people got where they needed to be, you know. But nowadays, I'm convinced upward mobility is no more. It's a thing of the past. You're either already in or you're out. I don't see any... I see very little of this finding place, getting on that bottom rung, whatever program you could call that. I'm convinced you've got to either go into some kind of skill trade that somebody in your family is doing, because most likely they're going to train you being inexperienced, and they're going to be related to you, which means you're going to have a high level of trust, and they're going to be very more supportive. But expecting that in the world of today, it's not, it just don't happen anymore. I never see that. If you're apprenticeships or internships even demand that you've got experience. That almost sounds like a contradiction, right? But I mean, I was given advice a long time ago. Why don't you go to one of these printing and graphics stores and go door to door and ask around. Where are my dogs? I think they got my fast runners. Okay, ask one of these people if you can just stay and shadow one of these people and work for free. You'll learn a whole lot. You'd be surprised. Maybe it worked like that in the past, but that does not happen anymore. No ifs, ands, or buts. I never see that anymore. Most people look at you like I've had this happen to me. Okay, so I know I can talk about it. But most people look at you like you got two heads growing. Oh, willing to work for free. They see that as a negative, like you're selling yourself short. But the only way you're going to get any experience is by actually having a fucking job or internship in the first place, right? So, I'm here to tell you, that's bullshit. Anyone who tells you to do the advice I got, hey, they just grew up in a different time. They don't understand the way things are today. That's just the reality of it. So you're only going to get ahead in America today in a skill or a profession if you've got you're part of a good social network, social circle, people you've known for years, your family has a business or some kind of profession. And, you know, there's a lot to the old adage about a man will follow in his father's footsteps. So it doesn't matter if it's mom, dad, uncle, brother, any relation. That's the only way you're going to get a head start. That's the only way you're going to get work start from the bottom. Because employers, I'm not trying to dunk on employers. I know a lot of this is stuff that their hands are tied, and there's a whole lot. This ain't a simple thing. But we just don't have a system that makes sense and helps people get a leg up in life anymore. So you either got to be born into money, good social network, or that's it, gang. So you got to already be in or you are out. So that's pretty much the end of this walk and talk, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.